This is breaking news from the Las Vegas Review-Journal, sponsored by Michael Gaughan's South Point Hotel, Casino, and Spa.
Not begin to thank our first responders enough for their acts of heroism every day that are part of their daily job, and they do such a tremendous job of that we really appreciate them. But we're here today because we're talking about a different kind of a heroism. You don't need to wear one of the uniforms that these folks have on to be a hero. You don't need to wear a badge to be a hero. You can get one of these pins and become a hero. We want to encourage Nevadans to register to become organ donors. It's simple, it's heroic, and it's a potentially life-saving act. I myself and my wife are registered organ donors. I know many members of my staff are organ donors. There are, and this is a sad statistic, there are nearly 600 Nevadans waiting for their second chance at life, waiting for organ donation. That's part of the 100,000 Americans nationwide that are waiting for a second chance at life that we could potentially provide to them. I know that this campaign this month, with the support and backing of law enforcement and emergency medical service agencies statewide, will help make a difference in the lives of so many Nevadans that are waiting patiently for their opportunity and their families that are waiting so patiently. I want to thank the Nevada Donor Network and the Nevada State Police for leading the way on this critical work and bringing so many other agencies together into the fold, and I want to share my most sincere appreciation for the donors and the families that have already given someone a second chance at life. Thank you for having me here today. I look forward to this successful campaign. I encourage everyone, if you have not already done so, it's easy. Become an organ donor. You can potentially save multiple lives with your donation. We thank you, we encourage you. We pray that you will consider becoming an organ donor and sign up. Before I turn it over to Commissioner Michael Knapp, my colleague and friend who's right here at my side, I'd like to present a proclamation on behalf of the state to honor Donate Life Month. So, who can I give this to? I'm not going to read the whole whereas stuff here because you guys get tired of that stuff, but I'm going to read the last one. Now, therefore, I, Steve Sisolak, Governor of the State of Nevada, do hereby proclaim April 2022 as Donate Life Month in the state of Nevada. So congratulations.
All right. Thank you, Governor. Thank you.
We good? Okay, Michael.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Well, good morning, everybody. Governor, thank you so much for opening your doors here and for lending your stature and your office to this important topic. It sure says a lot to have you here to send a message to our community just how important this month is, but more importantly, how we need to highlight the issue and make sure that every Nevadan who is eligible, who can, checks that box to donate their organ. I've learned a couple things in the last couple days. One is that one organ donor can save up to 8 lives. One tissue donor can save and assist the lives of up to 75 people. That's 1 to 75. That is incredible. 20 people lose their lives every single day because an organ is not available to them in a timely fashion. These are things that we can correct, and one thing we can be really proud of is in the state of Nevada, 900,000 people have already checked that box, are already part of the team. But that leaves a few more out there who can join the cause, who can sign up, and truly, I believe that by doing this education campaign, by getting first responders, law enforcement, our ambulance companies and operators, our coroner, getting everybody together around this to put the sticker on their car, on their badge, and to spread the word that you too can be a hero simply by checking that box. We can raise that number from 900 to every single eligible Nevadan, and I look forward to doing that with the help of everybody in this room and those who are not. Thank you so much. And Steve, if you could join me up here, I'm pretty sure the governor's proclamation supersedes the county's, but we brought one for you too. So even though
he's got a nice frame around his proclamation, mine's just in a folder.
So I won't read the whereas, but I will thank you both for raising awareness of this campaign and also declare in Clark County as well as the entire state Donor Network Month. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Turn the floor over to you. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for being here in support of Organ Donor Awareness Month. Thank you, Governor, for creating a healthier and safer Nevada. Thank you, Commissioner, and to all of our elected and non-elected officials for your continuous support in what we do. My name is Stephen Peralta, and I am the Foundation President of Nevada Donor Network. It brings me great honor and great pride that we continue to fight every day for Nevadans to increase transplantation opportunities here in our city as well as in our state. April is Donate Life Month, an important time to raise awareness about organ donation and encouraging Americans across America in every city and every state to check the box and honor those who have given the ultimate gift of life and healing. Currently, in America, there are well over 100,000 Americans waiting right now for a life-saving organ transplant. And here in Nevada, there are well over 600. Nevada Donor Network was the first organ procurement organization to establish first responder partnerships like we have in Nevada, and something for which we have been nationally recognized. On top of that great work here in our community, Nevada Donor Network continues to be at the very top of our industry in terms of organ donors per million and organ transplants per million, and we continue to lead every single day. Thank you to our President and CEO's leadership, Joe Ferreira. This commitment to our mission on behalf of you, of our varied agencies, is a true act of heroism. Many lives have been saved and healed because of this decision. We were inspired by you, our real everyday heroes, to create our campaign, You Don't Have to Wear a Badge to be a hero. All of us can be a hero by registering to be an organ donor. This work is not possible without our donor families, and we continue to fight for all the transplant recipients and their families across our state. It also gives me great pleasure to recognize some of our foundation board members for their extraordinary work and leadership for what they continue to do every day for Nevadans. Our foundation board chair, Jan Jones Blackhurst, former mayor of Las Vegas, as well as board of directors of Caesars. Our treasurer, Rita Vaswani from Nevada State Bank. One of our other founding board members, Mr. Jim Jimerson, and his wife, Carol Jimerson, as well as on behalf of your son, Jacob Jimerson, who was a donor hero. Also recognizing Damon Schilling as well from AMR, one of our fairly new foundation board members. In the past, we have hosted a competition between agencies, but this campaign promotes unity surrounding our shared mission, sharing your agency's connections to organ donation, eye, and tissue donation is the best way to garner engagement. We look forward to seeing these special stories on your social media channels all month long. And in a minute, we'll get to hear of just a few of those connections today. Please join me in welcoming Captain Honey of the Nevada State Police to say a few words.
Thank you to Governor, Commissioner Neff, thank you very much. Stephen, thank you. Joe, the good people at Nevada Donor Network that we've partnered with for nearly 7 years now. I apologize, I do not have a proclamation, but for the past 7 years, we've worked together hand in hand with our partner agencies, with Nevada Donor Network throughout the Valley to drive donor registration. As Stephen mentioned, some of the events that we've had, I think our agency actually holds the record at 800 for one single event, and I look forward to that being totally eclipsed as we join forces here throughout the month of April. So thank you to our partner agencies, both police, fire, EMS, all of our first responding agencies. This is an effort I think we can all get behind, and it's been incredibly rewarding throughout the years. We've worked together on donor registration initiatives and have established innovative protocols that make tissue and ocular donation possible in the case on some of our fatal crash scenes. Any first responder, I think when you get into this line of work, you just want to give back, and you want to have a lasting impact in the communities that you serve. And I can think of no better way than to give somebody either the gift of life or to restore somebody's sight. And unfortunately, at my agency in last July, those of you that know the story of Trooper Micah May, gave his life in the line of duty, but because of his selfless donation of organs, he was able to save the life. 4 organ donations saved the lives of 3 people. It also struck close to home for us with another family member. And if you see the beautiful young lady over there, Coral Otero, is the wife of State Trooper Derek Otero, which he was also injured in that same crash. But the family has given us permission to share their story. Because of her donation of tissue, dozens of people's lives were enhanced. And her ocular donation restored sight to 2 people. So when you think about that mission and that drive in your heart to give back and to really truly make a difference, I can think of no better way than to become an organ donor. And I see it day after day after day, and it matters and it makes a difference to people. So throughout the month of April, you're going to see the Donate Life lapel pins on state police, and I would challenge some of the other agencies to do so as well as a sticker on our car. And it's just a way to maybe bring a little bit of vision to kind of what they're doing. You're going to see on our various social media platforms throughout the month and various events that we've got set up in partnership with the Nevada Donor Network. So I challenge everybody to take this opportunity, if you don't already, and check that box, become an organ donor, and make a difference, change somebody's life. At this time, I would like to invite up Courtney Kaplan, who can give her experience, unfortunately.
Good morning, everyone. Before I share my heroic donor story, I wanted to take this opportunity to thank some individuals from the first responders that had a part in our story. I want to start with the CCSD department for Cimarron Memorial High School. I want to thank Detective Figueroa from Fatalities. I also want to thank the I want to thank Detective Figueroa. I also want to thank Officer Cannon. Kelly Cannon had a lot to do with our story. I also want to thank the Clark County Fire Station number 42. They had much to do with our story. And definitely Mason at UMC and Dr. Carmen Flores. And above, last but not least, of course, would be my adopted family with Nevada Donor Network. This experience has changed my life for the positive. On May 17th, 2019, I received a phone call from Principal Lori at Cimarron Memorial High School. She had shared with me that my son Michael had been in a motorcycle accident. She didn't have much to say because she didn't know much, but it did happen right around the corner from our home, and that was all I knew. And from that moment, I knew that my life had forever been changed. I didn't know how, but I did know that something big was happening. I ended up at UMC, and from that moment, when we realized that Michael would not be walking out of the hospital, we made sure that we honored his wishes. When Michael was getting his motorcycle endorsement on his license, he had actually chosen to be an organ donor himself, and asked a lot of questions, and I was able to answer those, and he actually took his application, being that he was 18, and he chose to check mark tissue eye and organ donation. You hope you never have to use that, but I am forever grateful that he did do that. So from that moment on, when we had let UMC know that we would like to honor his wishes, Nevada Donor Network held our hand through the whole entire process. On May 22nd of 2019, a nation had shared with us and our family the first ever honor walk at UMC. Michael took his final journey to the operating room, and at that point we had learned that he would be saving at least 8 lives through his organ donation and countless others with his tissue and ocular donation. I wanted to walk you through briefly how all of these entities and these first responders had something to do with our story. I learned later that during that accident, CCSD had heard that the student was Michael. It was one of their students, and they had obviously Metro and them had been coordinating. Then the Station 42 had showed up, and if it wasn't for a couple civilians that had pulled over and actually witnessed the accident, Nicole actually was a retired EMT, and she responded actually right away and was able to keep Michael's heart going because he did code on the scene. Once the Station 42 was able to take Michael to the hospital, we were blessed with all of the staff at UMC who did an amazing job in supporting us and making sure that we were able to make that gift of life through their advanced medical care and their treatment. I will say that for first responders, and it's just a reminder, I know that for all of us, we get busy, and for some of us, we're a chart on someone's desk, we'll file number this or event number that, and I just want to remind you that there's a human life and a family behind those things. I know it's easy to get caught up in, the moment, and I know in order to do your job, it's necessary to kind of man your feelings differently, if you will, and I just want to, remind you that there is that opportunity to bring the humanity back into things, and for us, that was done 10 times over. I was treated wonderfully. I had doctors sitting next to me and crying with me, and when I went back to visit Station 42 to thank them for everything that they did, I was able to thank them personally for their efforts. Soon after the honor walk, I let some time pass, and I wrote a letter to the donors. I wanted the recipient families to know how extremely special they were in our story. And on August 8th of 2020, I had an instant message on Facebook, and Michael's double lung recipient reached out to me. And we have since visited and spent Michael's 20th birthday with them in Texas. It's been an absolute amazing journey. I know tragedies happen every single day, and unfortunately, not all of them have a silver lining or a positive outcome, but I will say, having been through this tragedy, if it wasn't for Nevada Donor Network and all the first responders, Harold wouldn't have seen his son get married, and he is looking for his first grandchild. And if it wasn't for that decision, these people wouldn't have a life to live. So I urge all of you to say yes. It is the most wonderful gift that you can give to someone, is to get their family back or give them a second chance at life. Hope, strength, and life is what Nevada Donor Network is. That is their why, and they live it and breathe it every single day. And we need our first responders to assist us with making that happen for other families like mine. And I did just want to definitely pour my heart out in gratitude for all the first responders and what you do each day, leaving your homes and families with the potential of not returning and, changing our lives and making our lives better. And I do truly want, from the bottom of my heart, want to thank you on behalf of our family. Again, thank you so very much.
Courtney Kaplan, thank you again, and we always remember Mikey. To all the men and women in uniform, to all of our first responders, and to everyone here at Nevada Donor Network, we thank you for helping us save and heal lives every single day across our state. In conclusion, we're reaching across the entire community and to the entire state. We're reaching across areas of our diverse populations and to help with health equity. We've also solicited the help and with Harry Singh and his firm to help us reach across our African American communities, our Hispanic communities, and all of our underserved areas to create more awareness around organ donation. In conclusion, I'd like to recognize all the agencies here in Southern Nevada enrolled in this campaign, most of which are represented here today. If you would please come forward as I call your agency's name. And Joe, if you can come join us as well up here. Nevada State Police. Thank you. Las Vegas Metro Police Department. North Las Vegas Police Department. Clark County School District Police Department. University Police Services. Community Ambulance. Medic West AMR. Clark County Fire Department. Clark County Office of the Coroner Medical Examiner's Office. Las Vegas Fire Department. Guardian Elite Medical Services, Boulder City Fire Department, Nye County Sheriff's Office, White Pine Sheriff's Office. Also, I'd like to call members of our Nevada Donor Network team, as well as our foundation board members that are here in attendance. You can also please join us up here.
You guys make it tighter.
Taller folks on the outside, so we can get the, you don't have to worry about
Thank you all for your service and your commitment to this mission in organ, eye, and tissue donation. Thank you to the wonderful state of Nevada and the Nevada State Police for allowing us to use this building today. This concludes our program. Again, thank you to all the heroes standing beside us and to all the Nevadans that we serve. We thank you.
You've been watching breaking news from the Las Vegas Review-Journal, sponsored by Michael Gaughan's South Point Hotel, Casino, and Spa.